Joyful, joyful Lord, we adore thee. Hearts unfold like flowers before thee. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Queers and Steers. I have a whole new setup, okay? So I have an old blue microphone. I forget what it's called. I think it's a Yeti. And I pulled it out to use in the USB. It's not a USB A or C, but it's like the trapezoidal shape. It's like really fucking old. Like I'm pretty sure that old Android phones and Blackberries used to have this plug. But I pulled it out to use it today. And the little USB thing like bent and almost broke. It was basically broken off. And so I did a really bad thing. I went to Target. I haven't been, well, no, I've been to Target like once or twice since the boycott. But I used to go to Target like no joke. I mean, at least twice a week. Like just for bullshit. Like I wouldn't even go, like I would just go to look at shit because that is the hold that Target has on you. You know what I mean? Everyone makes this joke like you go to Target to buy Q-tips and you end up with a PlayStation 5. Like it's universal. Everybody can relate to that. So I got this little mic. If you're watching me on camera, I don't know. I'm not putting these on YouTube again, so I don't really know if anyone's actually going to see this microphone. But I got this microphone. I price matched it, so I got a little bit of a deal. It seems to be good. I'm like testing it out right now, and I feel like the quality is pretty impressive. It's like a 5-year-old microphone, but I don't have soundproofing, obviously. I record on my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is like an incredible, versatile, all sorts of situational use camera. And it comes with, or I bought it with these little Bluetooth microphones. And like they're fine. If I'm recording a YouTube video for my automotive shit, or if I'm interviewing somebody, which I would really, really love to interview somebody like out and about. But it's just when I listen to the podcast, when I'm recording with that microphone, it just sounds very like tinny and digital and like I recorded it over Bluetooth is what it sounds like. So I'm really hoping, I'm not used to having like a microphone in my face and I've got my headphones on and it's pitch black in this room, but I have a little spotlight here. Like it's an entirely new setup for me. And it's like, I'm not stressed about it. It's just everything's new. So bear with me as I get through this episode today. But I feel comfortable and like this, I'm looking at myself in the monitor and I look really good. So it's eating. Welcome back to another episode of Queers and Steers. I'm your host with the most, Jenks, and holy shit. I think this is going to, I always say this is going to be a long episode. I'm trying to keep these to an hour. Like, I'm a chatter and I'm a rambler. A lot has been going on since we last spoke. So, child, let's get into the peak. So, I've got a few. So, Tory Lanez was stabbed in jail. That's all. That's all for that. Iran is attacking Israel. Woo! Finish the job. And what else? Honestly, my tweets. So I've had Twitter since what? I don't know when Twitter came out, but I feel like I've had it since I don't know, whenever Twitter came out. No, I was probably really young when I had Twitter. Anyway, I've had Twitter for like over a decade, maybe 2 decades. I don't know, whatever. And I feel like my tweets are really, really fucking good. Like, I feel like I have really good shit to say, but for whatever reason, it's probably because I, like, don't show my pussy and my dick all the time, but I don't have that many followers on Twitter, and for whatever reason, like, I don't get a lot of new followers. Like, one of my tweets right now is blowing up, which I'll get to later on in the nigga news segment, but one of my tweets is blowing up. I have PTSD when any of my tweets start to blow up because one of my tweets when I lived in LA went hella viral, like millions of impressions, quote unquote, whatever impressions are, because I like went on a date with this dude and things happened. He left a note on my door. He was like ringing my doorbell and pounding on my door one time, and all this like weird shit started happening. And I put the note that he left on my door on Twitter. I like blocked out his phone number and his name and all that shit, but it blew up, and like I haven't looked at it in a long time. I don't know how many retweets and likes it has. I would guess that there are tens of thousands of quote tweets and retweets and comments and shit. Half of the people are like, yo, bro, I completely agree with you. That shit was fucked up. And the other half is like, you are an asshole. He dodged a bullet by not being with you, blah, blah, blah. I've talked about this before. I don't know if I've talked about it on a podcast, but if you want me to like, that actually might be a whole good segment to do. If you want me to, if you want me to rehash that entire situation, it's like 3 or 4 years old at this point, but it's still pretty iconic. So if you weren't on Twitter or you didn't see this, like I had people messaging me, like faggots that I hadn't talked to in years, and they're like, so you're going viral on Twitter. And like my anxious ass, I wasn't on Wellbutrin or anything back then. I was like, I was in fucking shambles, bro. But I was justified in what I said and how I felt, to be honest with you. So anyway, my tweets, anyway, again, hello, Rambler. So my tweets, I feel like lately have been slapping. So I wanted to read off a few of my recent tweets that I think are just absolutely iconic. I said, protests are always peaceful until cops show up and start beating the shit out of people. Yay or nay? Next tweet. Imagine spending your entire existence trying to be in proximity to famous people, then dying. Because honestly, and maybe this is like a not so hot take, I feel like so many people are just so passionate. So how do I say this? So many people are really talented and creative and very passionate about what they do. And because of this capitalist society, so many of us in our creative endeavors only create to get to a point where we're creating for celebrities. And as we know, celebrities ain't shit. I honestly, like, yeah, there are some celebrities that I listen to, whose music I listen to, who are fashion designers, whatever, that I respect the craft. But at this point, if you haven't spoken about Palestine, if you haven't denounced ICE, if you voted for Trump, or you are just quiet all the time about all this shit that's going on, I don't respect you as a person. I don't respect you as a person at all. And like, I was at a point in my 20s, I think, where I could separate the art from the artist. Azalea Banks is like a perfect example of this. And I should have cut off Azalea Banks a long time ago, honestly. Like, I've talked to specifically fashion designers. Oh no, I've talked to fashion designers and producers who have worked with her, and universally, she's insufferable, she's homophobic, she's transphobic, a fucking bitch to work with. And like, yeah, she has hot takes and good takes sometimes, but also you're transphobic. So like, who gives a fuck if you have good takes sometimes? It's like Chelsea Handler. I used to love Chelsea Handler, and another designer that I really respect posted on her Instagram story recently, like they were reading Chelsea Handler's book, or I don't know if they had just finished it, but they were like posting pictures of quotes from her book. And I responded like, yo girl, she's a fucking Zionist, like down. And then she started posting, this person started posting on their story, like other people in their DMs being like, she's a Zionist, like, what are you doing? And so we were like DMing back and forth, and like, I was empathizing because I really, 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 really used to like Chelsea Handler. I think she was funny, and I thought she was progressive. She was always talking about weed and like skiing naked and like feminist. But October 7th happened, and oh, surprise, you're a fucking Zionist, and your femininity, despite it feeling and seeming inclusive, like, it was all under a blanket of white supremacy because you're a fucking Zionist, right? So anyway, that's that. My other tweet was, a protest without demands is basically a gender reveal. You get that? Does that make sense to you? Like, I respect and appreciate people who are trying to do more and are out in the streets and making themselves heard, but like, going at this point, it's almost just like influencer status. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm going to show up to this thing and take pictures to show solidarity, like, fuck Trump, cool. But none of these people, like, especially, I don't want to sound like an asshole. I'm not going to go there. I say that to say that when you are living in fascism, every little bit helps. But going somewhere to just be like, rah, rah, we don't like you. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? We're not saying like impeach him now. We're not saying like we are going to sit in these fucking streets for days until you reverse Project 2025 and like you stop deporting everyone. Like there's so many more ways to be productive. And like, again, I'm not trying to denounce, like, I'm sure in the future I will go to another protest. Like, I'm not trying to, what's the word, ostracize or like degrade or demean anybody who's going to these protests. It's just like, there has to be more direct action that actually hits these people where they fucking deserve it in their fucking jugulars. And I just want everyone to think about that. And then my last perfect tweet was, where's all the medium penis at? Where's all the medium penis? I am so tired of getting on the internet and every time I scroll, somebody's like, chudai, which I don't even know, like, does that stand for something? I don't know if it's like another language. What the fuck does chudai? I don't know what that fucking means, bro. I just know that when I see chudai, is it chudai or chudai? Where's the inflection? I see that word and there's like people fucking or somebody sucking their dick or somebody like tongue fucking somebody in their asshole. And that's really cool. But I think what the internet and what porn has done is it's made people with medium or small dicks not show their dicks. And I don't think that that's fair. I am all about equality. And personally, I have a very medium-sized dick as well. Thick but medium length. Thank you. And I'm kind of in that boat too, honestly. Like, I feel like if I had a huge fucking dick, I would probably be showing it off on Twitter and OnlyFans too. I'm thinking of getting an OnlyFans. Maybe we'll talk about that later. But like, I don't post my dick publicly because I think there is a little bit of like, oh, well, no one's gonna like it because it's not big enough. Meanwhile, like, the amount of people that I send my dick videos and pictures to, like, in direct messages, I don't want to say it's high. It's like growing, I would say. It's definitely growing. But I would say there's like three or four or five or six or seven people that I send dick pics and videos to on the regular. And like, I'm not shy. Like, I'm not shy. Tell me what you want to see and you will see it. But I if you have a medium or a small penis, this is a PSA. If you have a medium or small penis, show it off more. Show it off more because you are the majority. These huge 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15-inch dicks are alien and not the norm. And if anything, the big dick people should be shamed because yeah, there are certain people who can take huge ass fucking dicks, but most people can't. Most people actually prefer medium dicks or maybe small dicks. Whenever I start bottoming, if that happens, I want a small dick because I'm historically a top. I've only bottomed twice in my life. I haven't bottomed in 15 years or however long it's been, probably more than that. Yeah, it's been more. And I think I talked about this last episode. Anyway, medium and small dicks come together right now in my ass. And that's my peak. That was a lot of peaks and we're 14 minutes in already. My pit. So speaking of protests and all this shit, so I have long COVID. I've never been diagnosed because I don't even know if there's a way to diagnose long COVID, but every so often I get really fucking fatigued, just really heavy, my head feels heavy, I feel weighed down. I was in bed 3 or 4 days ago. I was in bed until 3:30 p.m. And I don't drink, I don't do drugs. There was nothing the night before that really would have caused me to be so heavy and weighed down, but I don't know if it's a neurological thing, whatever it may be, as a result of long COVID, or if it's just COVID. Maybe I got COVID again and didn't know because I'm in school and I'm interacting with a ton of people, so I don't actually know what the vibe is. But I say this to say that it sucks because when I get in these heavy moods or these heavy spirits physically and mentally, there's nothing I can do about it, and I'm only getting older, and I don't know if this is something that's ever going to go away or something that I think the reality is that I just have to deal with the fatigue, and it's just annoying. It's annoying because all I can do is lay in bed and fucking doom scroll. Bro, my my screen time 2 days ago, whenever Iran attacked Tel Aviv, amen. Whenever they did that, my screen time that day was 12 hours and 34 minutes. 12 hours and 34 minutes. That is fucking, it's insane. It's insane. I don't want to doom scroll anymore. Anyway, so that's my pit. Long COVID. Anybody else have long COVID? If you do, let me know. I empathize with you. It's not fun at all. Next segment, Vroom. Vroom. If you're watching on video somewhere, I'm flexing. Ooh, let me see if I can back up. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, man. Look at that fucking bicep, bro. Hell yeah. Vroom Vroom is an automotive segment. I think I'm going to throw in like tech as well, like automotive tech, because I like them both. And, you know, if you don't know cars, you will definitely know technology. I'll try to blend the two. Maybe I'll talk about one versus the other. We'll figure it out together, okay? So Apple just released iOS 26. I do want to say that at this year's keynote presentation, there was a protester in the crowd who was yelling and saying, I wish I should have had the video ready, but they were basically like, you're complicit, free Palestine, fuck Israel, do. And like Craig, I think his name is Craig Federighi, and Tim Cook were on stage. They didn't skip a beat. Like, they didn't acknowledge him. They didn't stop talking. The protester got to yell and say his piece for a good like 30 seconds, which to me, it felt like a long time. And people in the crowd were looking at this person. But again, these CEOs and executives don't give a fuck. And like, yes, Apple is a company who, like, I think it just was revealed that in their Slack, like, somebody brought up Palestine, and then Zionists in their Slack channel reported it, and then like got it deleted, and then the person's account got deleted. And to be honest with you, my previous company that I worked for, Autodesk, that I quit because they're racist as fuck and also Zionists, like, I have so many examples of them also silencing people speaking up for Palestine. And so it's not new. And like, I'm not trying to give, like, fuck Autodesk. I'm not trying to give Apple a pass. It's just like, I have an iPhone, I have a Mac, I'm recording on GarageBand right now. Like, I used to work at a tech company that like was heavy in Apple products, right? So like, I have a soft spot because I'm just a tech head. And like, obviously this is just one segment, but I'm not going to not call out these companies for like being complicit in crimes against fucking humanity or mining cobalt in places that are displacing the Congolese or Sudanese people. Like, that's my spiel. Y'all know me. Anyways, Apple did just release iOS 26. So we're on iOS 18 right now. They are skipping 19 through 25 because 26 stands for the following year. So every year, whenever Apple releases their new software, which always occurs in the summer fall, they are going to name the numbers across all of their products are going to be the same. So you have watchOS 26, macOS 26, iPadOS 26, tvOS 26, and I feel like I'm missing something else. But because next year, 2026, they're unifying this to make it easier because it was so fragmented and confusing. So that's cool. The real big change to iOS 26 is their liquid glass aesthetic. Some people compared it to like Windows Vista, which if you've used Windows Vista, that's from like early 2000s or some shit like that. I get why people are making the comparison between the two, but like, I don't know. I haven't used it yet. Excuse me. You can download a developer beta of iOS 26 right now. I wait for the public beta. It's less buggy. It usually comes out in July. My birthday's in July. It's like a little, I get this new little present. So I'll download it in July and let you all know how it is. The other exciting thing about iOS 26 is it is also updating CarPlay. I'm curious from you all. Do you like, I don't know if anybody else buys cars as much as I do, but I lease a new car every like 2 to 3 years, and Apple CarPlay is like a must have for me, even if the software in the car, like the software in my Polestar 3 is top notch amazing, but I still just prefer CarPlay because it looks like my phone on a big ass screen and I'm used to that. It's just like a little bit more comfortable. And so CarPlay is being updated a little bit with these little quirky things. And CarPlay Ultra, which is a new Apple feature that basically can take over every screen in the car and include things like your seat and steering wheel heating and ventilation and your climate controls, electronic stability control. It's basically like instead of seeing your car's systems, it just is Apple, and it's very clean. It's somewhat customizable. It looks very Apple-y. So the only car currently that has CarPlay Ultra on it is the Aston Martin SUV. I don't even know what it is. CarPlay Ultra should be coming to more vehicles. I'm not going to list off all the vehicles, like manufacturers who said that they were going to include CarPlay Ultra, but the Apple confirmed recently, like the next three big manufacturers that are going to come out with CarPlay Ultra is Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia, which is ironic because I just traded my Kia in because it was 11 and got the Polestar 3. Polestar was on the list previously for this, but they haven't spoken up. So yeah, that's what that is. Really excited for iOS 26. Love tech. Another new feature that actually just came out or was just revealed that iOS 26 will have is this is so fucking 90s, dude. Like, I'm so pumped. You can like record. So there's like the voice memos or voice recording app on your phone. In iOS 26, you can set that sound as your ringtone. Pew, pew, pew. Which is like, nobody even does that anymore, you know? Like, my phone is perpetually on silent. I don't think the only time I turn off silent on my phone is if like if I'm trying to listen to something. This happens on Instagram a lot where like you're trying to listen to something and there's no sound. And even though you're like hitting the volume up button, no sound is coming out. And the only way to fix it is to go to your little control center, turn off your silence switch or whatever, and then the sound starts working, which is always fucking stupid. I just think it's tacky to have your phone ring and go off and make noise. But I know there are people who would disagree with me. Actually, that's a good question. Like, do you keep your phone on silent or do you keep your phone on ring-a-ding-ding? I'm curious. Because there's always two sides. There's always two sides to this. There's always two sides to this. That's it for Verome. What do I want to talk about right now? What's next? Something I kind of talked about at the beginning. Like, I've been sexting a lot more recently. You know this about me. If you don't know, now you know. I don't really have sex in real life. And I'm sure I'm sure people would think or say that like, oh, well, it's like if you watch too much porn and you become like, yeah, you become numb to it. But I think there's also this concept that you like porn and jerking off turns you on more, or like you only know what to do in those circumstances. But then when you get with like a real person, you like can't perform or you're like aren't interested or whatever. Like maybe like I get that mindset. But for me, like if I'm hooking, like, so I was dating this guy and having sex and it's great. Like loved it with him. And that was fine. But for me, I honestly think it comes down to, I don't trust you niggas. And like, I'm on Medicaid right now. I don't have a job. I don't have good health care. I have Medicaid, and a lot of you bitches lie. A lot of you niggas lie. And I don't need syphilis. I don't need syphilis right now. I don't need it in the future. I don't know if Medicaid covers syphilis. Medicaid, if you're watching, do you cover syphilis? If you do, maybe I can eat my words and just like, I can go get syphilis somewhere. But yeah, I just don't trust people. And like, honestly, whether this is a kink or a fetish or whatever, like I love fantasy and I love like knowing that I can make people horny with my words. Like when I type something up, I mean, I wrote a fucking memoir, for Christ's sake. Like I love telling stories and writing. So for me to type something up to somebody and for them to be like, yo, I'm at the grocery store and I'm hard as a rock, like that is fucking hot to me. I will jerk off to that text message thread. And that's hot to me. And then I come to somebody in person and they're like, oh, let's fuck. And I'm like, it just, a lot of times it just feels forced and like fucking your asshole. It's like, oh, is it gonna be poop down there? Do you have an STI? I don't have time. I'm gonna be 36, y'all. I just don't have time. And honestly, real talk, sex is not as fun for me as it looks on the internet. It's just not. And maybe that's because I've been topping and I need to bottom and then my whole world will be blown. But yeah, I'm just not very sexual in real life. Although my ex and I did just get dinner and ice cream, and then we fucked, and it was good. I don't know how it was for him. I mean, I think it was good for him too. But like, he's so hot. If you're listening to this, boo, you're hot. But I need to be single, and we'll talk more about that. We're friends, guys. We're all guys. I hate that phrase. We're all friends. Like we're friends. We made amends. We're friends. Great. Great. Um for community notes, so typically for community notes, and man, I should is if anybody listening to this is like a sound designer, I really like I'm so used to doing all this stuff myself and being a control freak and a perfectionist, but I really want sound bites. I'm thinking of getting is it a Rodecaster? If anyone has a Rodecaster that they don't use and would sell it to me for cheap, actually hit me up because I didn't even know what a Rodecaster was, but I want something to where I like link it up to a soundbite and I push the button and it goes off while I'm recording the podcast. Because every time I do a podcast, I record and then I have to splice it, whatever, and then I cut everything up and add sounds to it later. I would love to be able to do all this shit live so I don't have to fucking go back and clip and line shit up or whatever. So if you have a Rodecaster or one of those devices that you can sell or give away, let me know. Hit me up. hello@queersandsteers.com. Also, if you're a sound designer, I want to, so when I do community notes or nigga news, I want to hit a button and be like, nigga, nah. Actually, I have a whole jingle. That's not what it was. But like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, if you can help me with that, please let me know because I don't know if I don't feel like doing that right now. I don't have time for that. For community notes, I want to know from you all, how do you feel about muting your friends on social media? Do you like friends, like good friends? Or yeah, good friends. How do you feel about muting them? Have you done the muting? Have you been muted? What are the circumstances that this is or isn't acceptable? Let me know. I'm not going to talk about this now. I'm going to talk about it next episode, but I want to hear all your stories first. So email hello@queersandsteers.com. Let me know about your thoughts on muting your friends on social media. Next up. Actually, let me drink this water, child. Next segment is Don't Piss Me Off. So, this woman that I met as a tour guide when I went to Israel in 2016. Yes, I went to Israel. I'm technically Ashkenazi Jewish because my mother and her family was Jewish. I went to Israel for birthright in 2016 because it was like a queer LGBTQ group. I'm friends with like 6 or 7 of them now because they're all anti-Zionist like me. One of them was like my best fucking friend in the world. And then October 7th happened. And like, actually, two of them I would say were like, well, one of them I was like really, 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 really close with. Like, I thought that we were like low-key soulmates in a way. And then another one was just like, I was really close with him too. But then October 7th came out and like their Zionism was showing up. And like one of them was like, I'm not a Zionist. I just think blah, blah, blah. And like to this day. So October 7th was almost 2 years ago, bro. Like he is still sliding. So I blocked him a long time ago. He is still sliding into people's DMs, like other anti-Zionist Jews that were on this birthright trip, sliding into their DMs and effectively telling them, like tone policing them and saying like, oh, that's really fucked up. And like, like he's trying to be neutral, quote unquote, but he's just like instilling his Zionist talking points still to this day. And I was like, girl, you need to block his ass. Like, you don't, I appreciate that you're empathetic and that you're trying to listen to his side because he is a nice person, but you cannot, you cannot argue with or against white supremacy. It just has to be dismantled and ignored, to be honest with you. So anyway, back to the story. So I met a woman through one of my ex soulmate. She wasn't on this trip, but like after the trip, and I was in LA and he lived in LA. I like met a bunch of his like Jewish Zionist friends, didn't know they were Zionists at the time. And I like me and this girl are Facebook friends. I don't even remember doing that, but we are. And she like 2 months ago made this post that was like, I'm moving back to the motherland. Israel is my home. I'm scared, but I'm so excited to be there. And then a couple days ago or something, like even maybe a week ago, she posted a picture at the airport. This was before Iran started decimating Tel Aviv, but she posted this picture of her boarding pass in the airport and her fucking fingernails. She had her nails done, dude, and they had the Star of David in them. Girl, obsessed, cult, crazy. It's like it's literally like MAGA. It's the same shit. And so today or yesterday, whenever Iran started sending missiles to Israel, she posted a video, bro, of this fucking white dude with blonde hair, clearly native to Palestine, obviously. And if you don't understand sarcasm, bitch, that's what the fuck sarcasm sounds like. This fucking Anglo-Saxon fucking white dude with blonde hair and blue eyes is sitting there. Oh, fuck, my light just turned off. Is sitting there playing guitar, and her reaction to that is like, oh, we're so, like, we're under attack and the bombs are flying, but here we are and it's a concert. Like, even in this, they were in a fucking shelter, dude. She's like, even in this bomb shelter, we were able to find and create music together. And I'm just like, bro, you are fucking insane. I'm looking into the camera. You are fucking batshit insane. You are a cult, Zionist, fucking genocidal maniac, and you all need fucking help. Ugh, drives me crazy. And there's still people who think that it's fucking okay to think it's okay and like are justifying what Israel is doing. Oof. You are on stolen land, having a fucking white supremacy party in a bomb shelter, hiding from a war that your fellow white supremacists started in the first place. Please shut the fuck up. And Iran finished the fucking job. Don't fuck with me today, y'all. I got a new microphone. It changes colors. I'm in a pink tee. I'm sweating. Can you see my sweat? My muscles look really big. Ooh, fuck yeah. Oh my God. Fuck, bro. Anyway. On the next segment, not a drag queen. Whoo, child. So a West Virginia man, his name is Kenneth Ray Cook. He was arrested on June 13th and faces over 150 charges for repeatedly raping his own daughter. I don't know how old his daughter is. I thought I saw that she was a minor, but I don't know. And he impregnated her 3 times. Now, when I read this, I was just like, fuck, that's like, I don't know why. Like, I'm a fucking idiot is why I thought this. But like, for some reason, like I saw that and was like, oh, he impregnated her. And then because of her age or because of something, like she had abortions. And like, I just didn't think that the kids were still around. But no, the children are still alive, bitch. They found 3 children, 3 incest children alive. And they were, quote, in a gross state of neglect, end quote. Again, I don't have the children's ages. I don't have his daughter's age. But this father who did this, his Facebook page had pictures of him in a Punisher t-shirt, which, if you didn't know, a Punisher shirt is like a dog whistle for white supremacists because the Punisher was like this fucking masculine, like doesn't give a fuck bro, I guess. And like that's their little clique. Love that for them. Wearing a shirt with another man's fucking emblem on it seems pretty fucking faggish to me. So, but he was wearing a Punisher shirt. That he had reshares of Elon Musk interviews, and he also had a transphobic and religious meme that said, Children shouldn't be deciding if they want to be a boy or a girl. God already did that for them. Bitch, did God make the decision for you that you should grape your fucking daughter and have incest children as well? Was that also a, a God decision? Well, I guess in essence, it would be a God decision because God is real and God knew that you were doing that. Therefore, your God thinks that that's okay. Totally makes sense. Really sound logic. Really sound fucking logic. Every accusation from a Zionist and a religious person and a conservative, whatever, it's a confession. Every fucking time. Every time. Ooh, every time. Every fucking time. Like, Amanda Seales. Well, actually, this brings me right into nigga news. So Amanda Seales is back on Instagram. Love for Amanda. I think she left like 6 to 8 months ago because people in her comments, y'all, are just so like people either really, really, really love and respect Amanda Seales like me, or they fucking cannot stand her. And like, listen, that's your prerogative, I guess. Like, not everybody is for everybody. I just think that it's great. Like the amount of shit that she gets is insane considering who she is like a liberationist and like bringing us to the promised land with her knowledge and insights in words. Like just great person. But Amanda Seales is back on Instagram. Really happy for that. But I wanted to, the way that this relates to the every accusation is a confession is she posted a video of Zionist IDF, IOF soldiers underground in a bunker that was below a fucking hospital. Below a hospital. And on top of that, so many of the Israeli military bases and sites are like smack dab in the center of fucking Tel Aviv, bro. Like, how many times did Israel fucking bomb? I don't know, 8. I don't know how many hospitals they bombed. It was like at least 8. I might be pulling that number out of my ass, but they bombed like every fucking hospital in Gaza, saying like, oh, there's tunnels down there of Hamas terrorists. Meanwhile, the real fucking terrorists, the IOF people, are literally under hospitals in Tel Aviv. Like, they are putting their own citizens at risk by having all these sites in civilian areas, which is the exact shit that they were saying about Palestinians, bro. Oh, fuck, man. Oh, it's just sick. Zionists are fucking sick. Anyway, welcome back, Amanda Seales, to Instagram. I know people are insufferable. If you ever need another moderator or whatever, you're my Cancer sister. I forget if we share Virgo or Libra, rising moon, but welcome back to Instagram, girl. I saw an article that Janelle Monáe performed at a retreat for Starbucks execs. Girl, why? What are you doing? What are you doing? I just, like, you would think by now that people would know that we're boycotting Starbucks and McDonald's and Chick-fil-A and all these other places. But, like, these rich bitches just don't seem to give a flying fuck about that. Meanwhile, we have Queen fucking Doechii, who used her entire BET Awards acceptance speech to lift up trans people, queer people, Palestinians. She was denouncing Trump. She didn't say fascism, but she's like, what kind of world are we in where every time we peacefully protest, somebody like sends the fucking military on us? She didn't say fascism. I wish she would have just said it, but she didn't. We all knew what she was implying. And she's one of the few celebrities who has a fucking backbone. This is another fucking hit tweet of mine. I basically said, because I don't want to look it up right now, but I said that Doechii is a masterclass of putting humanity before Hollywood and capitalism. Doechii has said more about Palestine and like just like Palestinian and Black liberation and how they're combined. She has done more for that in like the 2 years that she's been famous than fucking Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, and Beyonce combined. Doechii, I'm saluting. If I had an American flag, that's what I want. Like, everyone's got their Nicki Minaj American flag. Fuck that. I want a Doechii American flag. So somebody get him making that, please. Next in nigga news, so Kate Trinata, he started getting like really thoughty on Twitter, getting really thoughty and like thirst traps, like shirtless and like muscles or whatever. Black Twitter was quick as fuck to be like, I don't even have specific examples. I'm sure there were some like play on words ones that were really fucking funny and cute or whatever, but they're basically like, nigga, you only fuck white dudes. And he started blocking those people, like just like flat out blocking them. And then he deactivated his Twitter, bro. Like Kate Trinata is not on Twitter anymore because everybody was like, well, bro, nice thirst trap, but like the only people who really get to enjoy this is like white people. And he left Twitter. I get that that's like, listen, I'm not a celebrity. I don't want to be a celebrity. I can't even imagine what it's like to have everyone dissecting everything that you do. Like, fuck that. That's insane to me. And like, here I am dissecting them, but it, like, whatever. I get it. You get it. Whatever. Like, that sucks. But the rumors about him only fucking with white men, and he's posted pictures on his Instagram stories and whatnot, and like, I think there was like a Polaroid of him like either standing over, I think it's like a white dude standing over him, like you can see his leg or his hand taking the picture or some shit like that. Whatever. I just think it's funny. At this point, it's funny. I know I'm biracial, and it's like, well, like some black, like a lot of people be like, nigga, you ain't even black, like whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't really, like, your opinion on me being biracial has nothing to do with me. And I think, honestly, I'm just gonna say this. I think the reason why that like black folks with two parents get so upset with me or other biracial people or whatever, which honestly, I don't even think the number of black folks with two black parents get that upset about biracial people, like saying nigga or whatever, like, but the ones who do, I think get upset because I am very loud and proud black. Like, I am not like, and I think on one side, you'd probably have people say like, oh, you're just trying to like compensate, whatever. Like that, again, is your prerogative and that is your opinion. But I'm also very gung-ho and vocal about like black liberation and black issues. And I think that it's like weird for somebody who has two black parents, whatever, to be like looking at me. It's like looking at a mirror. It's like, are you for black liberation also? Because I don't see you out here talking about the shit that I'm talking about and raising awareness and like awareness that is rooted in liberation. And so I feel like you're just hating because, yeah, I'm fucking light skinned and biracial. Like, woo, 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 Drake is biracial and he's a fucking loser. I'm not a fucking loser. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my little rant. I don't know why I came out with that anyway. What is next? See, there's a lot of news, y'all. Shit! I want to touch upon black celebrities in Palestine. So Kanye, like he released that Hail Hitler song. Apple and Spotify and none of the music like streaming services would put it on their networks. So it like flopped. And then he tweeted Free Gaza out of nowhere. And then Azealia Banks tweeted at him. But then Azealia Banks, like within the last week, tweeted, I'm a Zionist. And she said, quote, sorry, but I'm never going to be pro-Islam anything so long as Arab/Muslim countries hold black people in chains. Meanwhile, Azealia Banks, you and Kanye and Kate Trinata, whatever, y'all only fuck and do business with fucking white men. And there's a video, I could probably find it and splice it. There's a video of, I think it was on her story, of Azealia being like, I need that Jewish dick. Bring me that Jewish dick. She is a fucking white supremacist Zionist cocksucker her fucking self, man. So she's talking about like, oh, Arabs and Muslims are slave owners. I'm not going to support them. Just being fucking racist. Bitch, you are already a slave. Azealia Banks, you are already a slave. You love white Jewish dick. And now you're fucking flopped. You flopped. You were iconic. And like in some regard, you still are iconic. But you just fucked your shit up. You could have had every fucking thing in the world and you fucked it up. And guaranteed in a month or 2 months, you're going to get on your Instagram or you're going to tweet something that's like, yeah, transgender rights, blah, because you're going to like because you're probably spiraling right now. Like you did the thing, you said you're a Zionist, you're getting attention, then you're going to spiral, and then you're going to come back and like try to gain everyone's fucking sympathy again, because this is the cycle of Azalea Banks. Here I am talking about her, giving her fucking screen time, voice time, whatever. But I'm doing this because I'm disappointed, bro. She was like it. She was the one. And then she just fucked it all up. So fuck you, Azalea Banks. You are self-hating and a white man's whore. And you don't need to fucking be racist against Arabs and Muslims because you're a slave. That's your fault because you cape for white men and Jewish Zionist men. Next topic. The Read covered this in full. So if you want to listen to this particular part, like, I don't know, go, if you're not already listening to The Read with Kid Fury, I don't know what you're doing, and Crystal. But DDG, Hallie accused him of hitting her. They're in a custody battle. I honestly don't even know where it is. I feel like the last I heard from The Read was that like she won. Hallie won her restraining order against DDG, whatever. And I read, I guess, that like Ruby Rose also spoke up, or like Ruby Rose had a similar experience with like being hit by DDG, but he like threatened to ruin her career allegedly, so she never spoke up about it. I don't know what's with y'all and these fuck. So this is gonna combine with my next thing, which is a couple of weeks ago, Chris Brown was arrested in the UK for an assault charge dating all the way back to 2023. A day before he got arrested, one day before getting arrested, he tweeted, "Free Tory." A lot of you, I mean, I would suspect maybe not a ton of people who listen to my podcast, but like, I'm sure at least half of you fucking cape for these like bitch ass niggas. Like, so Chris Brown had at least one sold out concert here within the last year. I don't know what the date was, but sold out concert. And like, the thing that gets me is a lot of times it's black women specifically caping for these bunk ass, stinky, dookie booty hole, don't wash they dick, makes you sign a fucking NDA because they probably have HSV 1, 2, and 3, bitch. Y'all really cape for these fucking niggas. And like, if I'm being so fucking real with you as to why this is, it's because there's comfort in the cycles of abuse. Like a serial abuser like Chris Brown or Tory Lanez singing love songs to you, and your pussy's getting wet for it. And then you're like, Megan, you're like, protect black women unless it's Megan saying that she got shot because you want to get dicked down by Tory Lanez or Chris Brown. Psychologically, it's because you are filling in the gaps. Chris Brown, Tory Lanez, all these fuck niggas, you are compensating for that love that you didn't get from your father figure, baby daddy, whoever it is. And like, maybe I'll get shit for this because who the fuck am I? I'm just some light-skinned biracial nigga. Like, sorry, it's the truth. And the black male abusers protect each other too. Like, why is it that like you've got Chris Abuser Brown, right, being like free Tory? You got Drake also saying like free Tory. Like, it just makes me fucking sick, bro. Like, they all protect each other and they just continue this cycle of abuse because, like, we allow them to, right? And it's honestly, like, this same thing. It's the same reason why the U.S. and Israel are fucking best friends. Like, they think that they can manipulate and act with impunity as long as they deny it and point blame, and as long as they have support. So please leave these fuck niggas alone. Please leave these fuck niggas alone. Please. Next topic. Oh, actually, you know what? I got through that pretty fucking fast. I'm pretty goddamn good. Next topic. So, Doja Cat. Doja. So, Doja Cat. I used to be a huge fan of Doja. Really, really enjoyed her music. Really enjoyed everything that she had to offer. But she wore that Nazi shirt. And it was a wrap for me. I haven't listened to her music since then. I didn't listen to her new album. All of her old shit, like the good Amala. I think it's Amala is at the album, the pink cover, where that wig is a mess, honey, on that album cover. Really good album, though. I just can't even listen to her anymore because I'm like, bitch, she wore a Nazi shirt, or a shirt with a Nazi on it. Fucking Sam Hyde, I think is his name. Yeah, Sam Hyde. And then she got called the fuck out in her comments. So she deleted the post. She reposted the picture of herself, but then she just cropped the dude in the shirt out. And then her new caption under the photo thread was like the eye rolling emoji. And it's like, so you're going to wear a shirt with a fucking Nazi on it, and then you delete it because you got dragged for it. And then you repost the picture of you still wearing the shirt, and then an eye rolling emoji like, fucking criticizing the people who are telling you that you shouldn't wear a fucking Nazi shirt. Are you fucking kidding me, bitch? So I haven't fucked with Doja since then. So a video came up of this homosexual, I'm assuming this is in West Hollywood. It just looks like a West Hollywood thing, but I don't know. This curly-haired faggot who is wearing a shirt. I honestly don't remember what the fuck it says, but he's wearing a shirt. And he sees Doja Cat on the street, and like Doja is all smiles. And I guess the video started like after they had a little bit of an exchange. And I guess the part we didn't see on video, because this curly haired faggot came out recently and made videos explaining what had happened. I guess prior to the video that we all saw, he was like, Doja, I love you. You're so great. I make t-shirts like for Pride. You would be really great for it. And she's like, oh my God, well, give me a shirt. And he's like, oh, I don't have one. Like, I don't have a fresh one to give you, but oh my God, here, like, take the one that I'm wearing. It's your size. So he takes this shirt off of his back, gives it to Doja. She's all like smiley and giggles and hugging him, which, to be fair, if I'm a celebrity and I'm uncomfortable and there's like cameras and shit going on, like I'm a Cancer bitch. Like, I am absolutely one person to be like, okay, everything's cool, and then not be okay, but just like wanting to get to safety. I understand that. If Doja felt like she was in danger, again, she is entitled to and welcome to feel that way. From our perspective, she was having a good time. She accepted the shirt. She could have been like, bro, like I don't want it's a white fucking like tank top. Probably sweat all up in it. It might be like yellow at this point because it's fucking hot outside. Like, again, I don't even fucking know. But she took the shirt. They hug it out, whatever. There's a moment where he like doesn't know her real name. He's like, oh, what's your name? And so whatever. So that happens. Doja gets on fucking Twitter. And let me see. I'm going to try to find out. I know that I saved it. Doja. Oh, wait, you know what? I saved it on Instagram. I think it's under, like, Neighborhood Talk or some shit. Ooh. Israel's still getting hammered by Iran. Oh, headline. Pakistan will nuke Israel if Israel nukes Iran. Bitch. We are, like, this is live in real time right now. Me reading this. We're, like, actually in World War III, bro. Sorry, I'm getting caught up in Instagram shit. Saved. So knowing the context of what I just explained about Doja, I just want to. So she tweeted, bottom line is I'll smile at you, but it doesn't mean I fuck with you, and don't touch me and manhandle me when you don't even fucking know me. If you know, you know. I honestly think I need to stand up for myself in the moment sometimes, and he didn't even know my fucking name. To be touching me and kissing me on my face like that is crazy. And then she tweeted again, I threw that musty ass shirt away, by the way. And so then this dude, I think his name is Pablo, his response video was like, I'm gay. I would never want to make her uncomfortable. She was like really nice and friendly. And so like that's why we were talking in the first place. I told her about my t-shirt line, really wanted her to have one. So I thought it would be like cool to just give, like, I was wearing the shirt design. So I just gave it to her and she accepted it. And like, again, in the moment, like, I'm trying to think of an example, but it's like, I feel like you've seen this in movies. So I can't remember what the movie is called or even what the actor's name is. I always forget his fucking name, but it's like there's a family who is on vacation and they meet this dude. He's like ripped and jacked. Oh, what is his fucking name? Whatever. He's so they meet this guy and his wife and he's like, "Oh, we live in the countryside. Like come visit us." And so the family, it's like a husband and wife and their daughter, and she has like a fucking support stuffed animal. They go visit them in the country. And when they try to leave, their tires are slashed. And then they have to basically this husband and wife, that's their shtick. Like they just kidnap people who are traveling and lock them up and like murder them and keep all their stuff and sell their stuff, whatever. But in that movie, that's a good example of it where it's like, if you are unsafe or in danger, you're going to play it cool, right? Because you're going to be like, well, if I start freaking the fuck out, I am not going to be in a safe place. I need the person I'm with to think everything's cool so that I can like escape. That to me is 100% understood and justified. And again, I didn't see what happened before, so I'm not trying to speculate. I can only go off of what this dude, the gay faggot who is in this mess, like what he said afterward. But it sounded like, to me, it's like Doja being like a Nazi sympathizer and then like being fucking rude about it and acting like gaslighting, like acting like, well, we're the problem for calling her out instead of like her being the fucking problem for wearing a fucking Nazi shirt. This seems very similar. It's like she interacted with this person of her own free will. She wasn't like being attacked or in danger. She was nice to his face. And then she gets on the fucking internet. Azealia Banks does this shit too. If you ever go to an Azealia Banks concert, she gets on stage, she sings her songs, she leaves, she doesn't talk to the audience. You can tell that she's fucking weirded out, bro, that she doesn't have a real personality outside of the internet. I feel like Doja's the same way at this point. Like, you made this dude think that you're like cool and whatever, but then you go on the internet to like talk shit about him. It's just fucking weird. Like, yes, I can kind of empathize if she was like in a dangerous, unsafe situation, but to me it just sounded like it's just clickbait for her period. And this fucking hottie on Twitter, he actually called this out. I think his name is Ty. I don't know. He ended up following me back. And so actually this is my Doja tweet right now, because I tweeted that picture of her wearing that Nazi shirt. Was this dude tweeted like, so Doja's not Doja's smart, but effectively like Doja set this whole thing up, because now in the past, if you had Googled Doja shirt, it would have been the fact that she was wearing a shirt with a Nazi on it. Now, if you Google Doja shirt, it's all going to be this fight with this dude. So like, was it premeditated with this faggot? At this point, I don't hold anything to not be a thing. I don't know if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? Who knows? But anyway, Doja, you're basically Amber Rose at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you also cape for white men. All the fucking, like, the fact that you are so willing to drag any and everyone else, but then you're dating a white dude and you're wearing a shirt with a white Nazi on it. Like, girl, you and Amber Rose should scissor, because you're basically the same fucking person at this point. Second to next. So 2 more topics left for nigga news. T.S. Madison was on Nene Leakes. And I'm trying to decide if I think I do want to include the clip here, because it's probably like 3 or 4 minutes long, but And honestly, if you've already watched this episode of Nini's show, I don't know about you, but I've watched this segment multiple times already. Like, it's worth listening to, watching a few times, because there's so much that I didn't pick up on the first time that I watched it. So I'm gonna insert the clip right here. So please watch the entire clip, or listen to the entire clip.
I'm gonna date several men at a time.
Well, if you meet somebody that's just good for me, let me know. Because
Would you date him if I know him?
Yeah, that doesn't. Do you only know gay men?
Well, I don't date gay men.
Well, okay. Well, I when you guys be saying that, that's weird.
Why?
Because what do you mean you don't date gay men? Because if he is sleeping with you and sleeping with a woman, he's something.
Well, he's not gay.
What is he?
He's definitely not gay.
He's bi?
Listen, because if a man come in here and he looks at me and you,
Yeah. What is he?
well, he likes women.
Yeah, because he doesn't know.
And if he does know, he likes women.
Okay.
Now-
but what is he?
Well, that would possibly, it's a possibility.
He's bisexual?
He could be bi or he could be pan.
Okay, what was pan? I forgot. That means you be whatever you like, whatever you like.
Parts, not parts.
Right. So whatever you see you like, whatever I'm on, that's what I'm on today.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
You know, a lot of men are
Yeah.
a lot of men are pan, but they don't say anything. Like
I don't want to run into them. I don't want to date him.
Nene, if you've dated
I need you to like
Nene, if you've
Hello
dated
Kitty
if
all the
you
time.
if you've dated men,
Yes.
if you've dated men, there's a possibility in your life that
He's been with a man.
he's been with something.
What do you mean he's been with something?
He's been outside. I mean, here's the thing. I know that women consider trans women men because we were born male. But there's a difference between being man and male.
I get it. But you have your part.
That's correct.
So he can love you and think you're so beautiful, and I want to sleep with you.
There are men who deal with me that won't touch my parts. Anytime you see
But does he know it's there?
Yeah, he knows it's there. I'm not hiding it.
Oh, you're not?
No.
I mean, that
listen,
wouldn't make any sense for
Well,
me.
I've had gentlemen to tell me, hey, put a pillow over that. And I'm like, well, you're not the nigga for me. You don't have to touch it and deal with it, but I'm not hiding shit from you.
So, okay, wait a minute. We got to go back and figure this out.
Yeah.
So the man...
Now we talking.
Yeah, so the man going to be sleeping with me and you? I don't want to talk to him no more.
You don't?
No.
Because,
see, he's not telling me the truth.
Well,
9 times out of
what truth
10,
does he need to tell you, Nene? Tell me.
well, the guy seemed like he would come and tell me that he's bisexual. So what if he never told me? Isn't he lying to me? You said they wake up and lie.
They do.
So he woke up and lied.
But how can we make men comfortable to even say that they find other things outside of
I don't know, but I feel
what
like he should
societal-
tell me what he likes.
But here's the thing: you might demonize him for telling.
I won't. I just probably won't be with him.
Yeah, that is correct. And then men risk they risk losing that. You know, there's some men that have experiences, just like there are women that have had an experience.
Well, why he can't do to me the same thing he doing to you?
Because I don't have a pussy.
But that's okay. You're right. I forgot. Okay.
I don't have a pussy.
So, as you heard, I mean, I'm curious what you thought and think about what you've heard, but Nene's fucking bleached skin, filler face ass, to me, had some real ignorant shit to say. First thing I'm going to say is, and again, I really don't want, I mean, I don't think that anyone who's listening to this is going to be like, you don't support black women, because bitch, I'm coming for everyone. Like, I just came for Chris Brown and everyone else earlier too. I come for white people. Like, no one is safe. I'm just going to call out fucking ignorance when I see it, obviously. But like, there's a genre of black woman in Hollywood. It's like Nene Leakes, Summer Walker is similar to her in her ways of thinking and methodology, at least when it comes to like queer people and trans people. Jess with the Mess to me is just like, she's not on the Nene Summer Walker level. Like, she's somewhere else in terms of like class and sophistication, at least appearance wise. But she's also like, Nene Leakes has blocked me because I called her out for being homophobic. She blocked me on Instagram like when the pandemic started. Summer Walker has been openly transphobic in the past. Meanwhile, Summer Walker's her new body shape and fucking everything that she does looks like she had trans women fucking plastered across her mood board, bitch. Like, but you want to be transphobic. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand that logic. And Jess with the mess, Jess not hilarious. Like, I just don't like it. Like, y'all are the first to call like a man who dates or fucks trans women gay, or call them dirty, call them a faggot, whatever. And here's the thing. If I dated a man, like if I was dating a man who also so happened to be pan or bi or whatever, I would not give a fuck. Or like, yeah, like if he fucked women, if he fucked trans men, if he fucked trans women, if he fucked non-binary people, I could give a fuck less. Now, obviously, like if I'm dating someone, if we were monogamous, like, well, that would be cheating. Like that's a whole other conversation. But like if I go on a date with somebody and I'm like, oh, tell me about your dating history. Like, what are you into? Whatever. And it's like, oh, I'm pan. Like anything goes. I would be more, because y'all know how I feel about sex. Like I would be like, I'm more turned off by just like, again, I don't want to sound like I'm kink shaming or slut shaming, but like I'm more turned off by somebody who is very sexually active, because that puts me more at risk of STIs and STDs, right? That makes sense. But it's not because of like, I have a disdain or disgust for women. And that is what Nene is implying when you hear how she's talking. Like, I feel like black men, black women are subscribing to the same toxic masculinity that is taught in our homes at a very young age. Like, even though my fucking white single mom raised me, she raised me in the hood. Everybody around me, like all of our neighbors were black. And like, I saw and felt and experienced firsthand what fucking like homophobia and toxic masculinity does in black households specifically. I mean, I experienced it in my household too, but like, yeah, I've seen black parents like verbally and physically abuse their kids because their kid is swishy. Or like my fucking emotional abuser used to say, oh, Jinx likes to flip boys. He flips them boys, which flipping boys apparently means you are a faggot and you fuck men. I was like 6. So anyway, so I think so my conclusion with this, I want to hear what you all have to think about what was said, but what I deduced from this is that like Nene Lee, like she said, ew, when referring to like men who like fuck or date trans women. So what I deduced from this conversation from Nene is this. There's like 4 implications. 1, that she thinks trans existence or proximity to sex with trans women is gross. Why else would you say ew? Saying ew is fucked up. 2, that trans women trick men, because when they first started talking about this, she was like, oh, well, if a man comes in here and TS was like, if a man comes in here and sees both of us, he's not gay. He's definitely not gay. And then Nene's like, well, if he walks in here and sees both of us, like, he doesn't know that you have a thing. And then TS was like, well, what if he does know? And like, Nene is getting to the implication that like trans women, the only way that like men would be with a trans woman to begin with, if like they still have a dick, is that if they were tricking them. That was another implication that I got. The other implication, men who have sex with trans women are gay, which in turn implies number 4, that trans women, and again, this is what Nene thinks, that trans women are men. That's what I deduced from how Nene spoke to TS. And TS broke this down afterwards on her. She's got her Fag Talk podcast, YouTube show with Craig. I have my thoughts on Craig, but you know, for the most part, they're great together, but I love TS Madison. And she talked about this at length. She said it was an important conversation to have. She said that she didn't feel like it was transphobic. There were people in the comments on TS's YouTube video talking about it like, oh, I don't think that was transphobia. It's transphobic to me. If you if you see a trans woman and you inherently think and want to refer to them as a man, and the only reason you don't is like, you know, you're trying to be nice for your fucking podcast or your TV show, that's transphobic to me. That's transphobic to me. A lot of y'all need to get right. You need to put down your white Jesus Bibles and this fake allyship. Go to a mirror, look past the flesh, and see your enemy. That was a Matrix reference. Shout out Matrix. Written by trans women. So that's my thoughts on TS and Nene Leakes. Tell me what you think. hello@queersandsteers.com. The last bit of nigga news has to do with Latinos and the N-word. So I feel like this is really common, as in Latinos using the N-word and saying nigga is really common. So I've witnessed it. I lived in Chicago. I've been to a few like parties in Pilsen, like very heavily like Latino community. I've heard it pretty consistently in those situations. Haven't heard it in a long time, but Channel 5 News is run by this dude who I guess has been accused of like sexual assault, but I don't know if he's been convicted, but he's definitely been accused, which I just found this out. And after hearing that, I'm like, oh, Channel 5 is like his retribution, because Channel 5 News he used to be in New Orleans, and it used to be, oh, it's going to come to me, but he had I think it's like All Gas, No Breaks, I want to say it was called, where he would be in New Orleans and he would go on the streets and just interview black people. This dude who runs this is white, and it'd just be like, it was almost like, the vibe was kind of like Girls Gone Wild. There wasn't necessarily nudity being shown, but just like, you know, random dude trying to interview people and like clickbaity type shit. And it's like, obviously when you got a white dude who's like interviewing black people, it like the contrast of it, I think entices people, especially like white bro-y dudes like him. Anyway, Channel 5 News is actually like, they say that they're unbiased, but like, in my opinion, they're progressive. They're like way progressive leaning. They report on everything. They're showing police brutality. They interviewed Jill Stein and like that, but they also interview and talk to like Trump supporters and people who are anti-abortion and shit like that. So they get both sides, but like, maybe I just see it as them being progressive because I think they understand what the fuck is going on in the world. So Channel 5 was in LA at the ICE protests, and they posted two separate videos and two separate occasions. I think it was the same people. I can't tell. They might have been different, of these Latinos on bikes who are shouting. They're like berating the only black cops. They're not talking to anybody else. They're only berating black cops. And they're like, one of them was like, yeah, nigga, I've seen you, nigga. You coming to my bodega or my cafe asking for a fucking chai latte, nigga. You a this, nigga. And then there was another video of somebody doing the exact same thing to a different black cop. And I'm just like, I just want to know why you think it's okay. If you are Latino and you grew up around the N-word being used like casually at home or in friend groups, or if you yourself say it, like, why do you think that that's okay to say? Because it's not. It's not. Like, I know everyone's going to have their own opinion on like words and free speech and whatever. And like, here's the thing. If you are not black and you can get away with saying nigga, like in your home and in your communities, and nobody checks you, good for fucking you. Like, clearly that's what's happening, because you're like not being checked for it, obviously. Like, for you to say that so unapologetically and like so openly to a fucking black person to their face, even though it's a cop and like fuck cops, but like, to me, that is fucking nuts. Like, that is crazy. And I actually have a friend, I really respect her. I'm not going to name who she is, but she's like an incredible nail artist. She lives in Chicago. We've talked about this, like, I don't know, maybe like a decade ago at this point, but I guess it's very common in prison, because when you've got like niggas and Latinos and all these different people in prison, like, niggas are just like actually just like everybody's they nigga. And so there's this idea that because you were in prison for so long and around it, and it was okay in that context, that like you leave and it's okay. I think Fat Joe is another example of this. Like, he's been saying nigga in his songs forever. I don't know if he makes music anymore, but like, I feel like there was at one point a video of him being like, yeah, just say it because it was accepted. But then I feel like he might have also came out and said that he's like not gonna say it anymore. If you know the skinny, if you know the skinny on Fat Joe and his current opinion on using the word nigga, let me know because I want to know. But this woman was saying like, yeah, my dad was in prison. Everybody used the word. It just is what it is. Get your own word. That's my conclusion. Get your own fucking word. If you're going to, so here's the thing. We know that nigga is short for nigger, hard ER, right? And so we reclaimed that word and took it back to speak to each other, which there are some black people who don't like the use of nigga, and that's fine. I understand that, considering the context. But like, take your own slur and repurpose it. Spicka. Spicka sounds like a really good alternative to nigga if you are not black. And I know at least one person's like, oh, did you just say, yeah, bitch, I said it. I'm not calling you that. I'm saying that is a word that you can go and reclaim and y'all can call each other that. But leave the N-word out of your fucking vernacular because it's not your word to use. Sure, if you want to be like, oh, free speech or blah, 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 I've been saying it my whole life. Okay, girl. If you've been saying it your whole life, I hope that you are, when you are actually in black spaces, that you are using it with your chest, just like that. Because if you're not, you're a fucking poser and a pussy. Get your own word, nigga. Second to last segment, Mama Drama. So my intention with Mama Drama was to highlight things that my mom said on social media and bring it here. I blocked my mom. I blocked her everywhere on social media. Like I already had her blocked on Instagram, but there were other places that I kept that line open because I honestly wanted to see what she was saying so I could use it for content. And I had to block her there because I can't watch it anymore. It's really fucking depressing. Like it's really depressing to see somebody who raised me to be such an empathetic and considerate person to just see her, like, her viewpoint on humanity deteriorate so fucking much in her old age. And she's not even that old. She's like, I think she's going to be 67 this year. She has a lot of health problems and shit, but like her viewpoints and like voting for Trump and like thinking that Trump was chosen by God, like you can't justify it with her, right? Like if I'm like, oh, Trump is a convicted abuser, like he was convicted in a court of law of like sexual assault, she would just say that like, oh, that's like a liberal lie. Trump was racist. He was sued for not renting his properties to black people. Doesn't care. You know what I mean? It's like, bitch, you've got 2 biracial children and your 2 grandchildren are quarter racial because my sister got pregnant by a white dude. So they're 75. Yeah. So my nibbling and nephew are 75% white, 25% black, but they got nigga hair, bitch, is there. But the point is that like, it's just depressing to know that this woman who helped me and was like, other than her being a narcissist, like she always made sure that I had everything financially. She stuck up for me. Like I'd have racist principals in school and she would like come to my school and yell at them and write them notes and shit. Like, and now she's just so deep in the fucking, like, I don't know. It's like whatever part of your brain can differentiate and deduce like real, like reality from fiction. It's just like, I don't think it's there anymore, or it's like really deteriorated. And I don't think there's any going back. The last things that she posted on her account before I blocked her were, "It is truly unfathomable how brainwashed people are." And then in all caps, demonic. And then the post after that was, I don't even read it. "Illegals don't want to go home to their countries, but hate it here? ? If you hate America, maybe don't live here." I'm going to make one thing clear, and I don't think this will be a surprise to you or anyone listening. I don't give two flying fucks if people come to this country illegally. I don't give a fuck. This country used to be Mexico. Borders are fucking bullshit. And it's the same thing with Israel. Like, Zionists who think that Israel is the fucking promised land, Israel's borders didn't exist until fucking 1948. When they kicked out all the native Palestinians, and the Nakba is what that's called. Like borders, that it didn't exist. If somebody is coming here because they want a better life, okay, I don't give a fuck. I just don't care. You came over here, you cut a hole in a fence, you swam, you took a boat, and then you hopped in, and then good. Bitch, if I could get away with doing that in another country at this point, I would do the same shit. All the queer people and trans people, if we could get away with that, and we didn't have this weird fucked up, like the United States keeps you so segmented and fragmented outside of like world and international culture that like it's hard for us to see that there's like it's hard for us to envision ourselves living life outside of this capitalist fucking strip mall bullshit United States. But like if we had the wherewithal and we weren't fucking pussies, we would also fucking hop over the fence and hop in a boat and go to fucking the Bahamas, or we're at Puerto Vallarta, bitch, and just live there forever, because this country fucking sucks. And I don't give a like I respect somebody who is trying to make the most of their life more than my mother, who has with her chest thinks it's okay to call somebody and actually believes that somebody is quote unquote illegal. Bring me those illegals. I will take if an illegal knocked on my door and said, I need help, I'm in trouble, they would have a place to stay in my home. Absolutely. And the ironic thing is my mom is Jewish, and all of this is very reminiscent of like the Holocaust. And like the gag is, if my mom were alive during the Holocaust and she were hiding out in somebody's basement, my mom now would have told on my mom back then. So fuck that shit. We are wrapping up, babe, at 80 minutes. This is good though. This was there was a lot of good stuff in here. I put on my social media, my promo for this on my story was like the episode that I'm recording today is, I think it's the best one yet. And then the picture was a screenshot from a video of me like with basically the cameras on the ground, and I'm like I'm naked, cameras on the ground, or like my pants are off, and I'm like hopping up and down like I'm riding the camera. It was a screenshot from that, and I like blocked out where my dick is. But yeah, I think this is a really good episode. And so because it is Pride Month, we've got Juneteenth coming up in a couple days, child. Here's what I want to say, and my not so hot take. Pride was a fucking riot, bro. Pride was us taking our livelihood, that livelihood our government and ruling class tried and still tries to eliminate, and shoving it down their fucking throats. That's what pride is. I don't want to fight forever. I'm really tired of fighting, of like being fucking woke. It's tiring because people who aren't seem to just to have not a fucking care in the world, like not give a fuck about anything. I'm not that person. I am an empath. I'm a fucking cancer, bitch. I care about fucking everything. I don't want to fight forever, but the fight truly never ended. It's just been colonization and white supremacy since fucking Europeans came over here and started killing native people. It hasn't stopped since then. And considering our own communities, gays are fucking date raping each other and normalizing the resulting emotional and physical pain like it's on their fucking to-do list. Instead of investing $300 in a community garden or giving it to T.S. Madison's new trans starter home. Y'all are spending it on GHB to fucking sexually assault each other in the club. What? That's what Pride is now. That's what Pride is now. Or you'll spend it on fucking that Out Loud music festival in West Hollywood. They partner with police. Like, y'all would rather spend your money on that than fucking community. Pride should be free. We're already paying for our own demise with our tax dollars, and now you want to give the empire, the oligarchy, these same death-dealing corporations more of your fucking money. Many of you are loud about ICE. I respect that. Fuck ICE, fuck Trump. That's easy for y'all to be loud. That's like really easy for you all to say, like, fuck Trump, fuck ICE, fuck Republicans. But a lot of you who are speaking up about that still haven't said one lick of a fucking word about Palestine and about how Israel is a fucking genocidal ethno-state. You haven't said one thing. One thing. And I said this earlier, but I really, 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 really want to... Did I say this earlier? I think I intended to. I don't know. I really want to know why that is. I want to know why it's so hard for you to say fuck Israel and free Palestine. Email me at hello@queersandsteers.com. I want to know why are you fearful? Do you not care? Are you still like, oh, I don't understand what's going on? Are you secretly pro-Israel? Do you have family members or colleagues who are pro-Israel you don't want them to see? Like, what is it? I want to understand. I want to understand why you haven't said anything about Palestine. Please tell me. But I would suspect that if you haven't said anything, you're not going to fucking email me and tell me anyway. So if you have the balls, please tell me. If you are in this category of people who don't say shit, my message to you is you are living in the closet. You are living in the closet. You spend your whole life living out loud in your truth, yet you can't be loud about what's happening in Palestine. Trixie Mattel, I have a message for Trixie Mattel. Katya uses her platform to say free Palestine. Katya uses her platform to get on and tell that fucking, what's it, Lindsey Graham? No, that's a preacher. Is it Lindsey Graham? That crusty old man who's in politics, whatever the fuck his name is. She got on Twitter and was like, you are a crusty fucking closet case Zionist. Fuck you, you piece of shit. That was a Katya tweet from like 2 days ago. From what I've seen, Trixie Mattel, you haven't said a fucking word. And the rumors were that allegedly her boyfriend, who they're not together anymore, the rumor is that he was allegedly a Zionist. Maybe they broke up because of that. She never talked about why they broke up. I am speculating. I do not know. But the fact that Trixie, hasn't said a fucking word openly about Palestine it speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. Trixie posted on their Instagram, it was like shared with the Trixie Cosmetic page, like they posted about, it was about the protests happening and the abductions, but bitch, the post was so Chat GPT fucking middle of the road. Didn't say ICE once. She used the term, she's like, I need to speak up about the civil unrest that's happening in LA. The abductions from fascists? Is that what you're talking about? The ICE fascist dictator abductions of innocent people? That's what you're just calling it civil unrest. Okay. Mary, you are closeted, bitch. You are in the closet. You are a closet hider. You are afraid to speak your fucking mind. You are in the closet. We fought to get out of the closet. Why are we still in this fucking closet, bitch? Get out of the closet. Be fucking loud. Pride was a fucking riot. But to be honest with you, silence is truth. So if you don't want to be loud, your silence is truth. And that's all I need to say. And honestly, that goes for anyone listening to this who is an acquaintance or a friend, current or former. You are in the closet. You in your 30s and 40s, bitch. You can't even condemn a fucking genocide of hundreds of thousands of people. carried out by Israel and their bloodlust. And by the way, 70% of Israelis agree with what is happening to Palestinians in Gaza. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. That was a not so hot take, huh? We are coming up on the 90-minute mark. I know this was a longer one today. I appreciate you sticking with me. Bitch, I hope that the sound worked. Usually I do like a redundant audio. I used to speak into the microphone and then also have the little Bluetooth one that sounds like ass. I'm going full ham in this new microphone that I bought from Target. Sorry, I won't go back to Target, I promise. And I hope it works and doesn't fuck up because this was really good. So thank you for your support. Happy Pride. Happy Juneteenth. Don't be in the closet. Fuck Chris Brown. Free Palestine. Peace.